Yeah, so I'm now recording 4 days later after I decided to record what's going on with my foot with the rash breakout and the swelling, and I had a follow-up appointment with a doctor to give me the result of the blood work, which they took 3 vials of blood, and they did some biopsy, 2 of them, and this is one that I did on my leg. The other one is on my arm. I won't even bother going into recording that. And as you see, it's drying up nicely. And as you see, I got a lot of wrinkles going on in my skin and aftermath from the bumps and the rashes that came out on my leg. And the worst part of it is down at my foot. And as you see, the stripping of my skin going on. The new skin is coming in and the old one is moving out. I am treating myself on my own with fasting, and the fast mix is consists of my own urine, and which is about on a daily basis 16 ounces of consumption of that. And I also wash my skin with the urine, soak it in my skin, and also on that distilled water drink, and I drink about a half a gallon a day. And yes, I must say the swelling has gone down a whole lot, and the itching is not as immense. And usually when I start getting the itch, I just go on ahead and start treating myself with some urine soaking and washing. And after washing, I make sure warm water. I don't like the water from the faucet, but that's all I got to work with right now, so I go ahead and I do the best I can with it. Okay, so this is my hand, and this is what the bumps and rashes that was on my hand is now looking like. They're all dried up. Thank God for that. And all that itching and madness that's going on has ceased. And I just want to say, when I had my foot so badly swollen, I would elevate it and try to keep it as elevated as long as I possibly can. And it so happened that whenever I go to put my foot down, to get up to walk, oh my God, so much pain. I could feel a fluid running down from my leg area into my calf, into my foot. And that was an awful paining feeling that was going on. Thank God that's all over with. And this is my right hand, and this is what the rash and bumps and stuff is looking like. They have dried up, and this is my biopsy. I don't know if you could see it. This is what it's looking like. There you go, right here. And this is what it's looking like. And thank God I'm at this stage of it now, with this diagnosed skin disorder called eczema. And after 5 more days, This is what my arm is looking like from the skin disorder called eczema. And it's a bunch of sickness, skin disorder that is a a combination together. And this is what my right arm looks like after 5 more days. I don't know if you could see it. Okay. And my right leg. Okay. It's drying up, and this is my this is my left leg, and like I said, this is drying up and the itching has subsided, and I'm now using a mixture of extra virgin olive oil with brown sugar, a teaspoon of brown sugar, and some apple cider mix that I would lubricate my skin with that, wait about 5 minutes, and then wipe it down with a damp rag. So this is the biopsy report. I don't know if it's clear enough, you could see it, but yeah, these are the various sickness or contaminant or virus or whatever you want to call it that was found in the test result of the biopsy. And I need not to say more concerning this, but yeah, this is it. So it's a mixture of our combination of stuff that's combined together that's going on in my skin disorder. And next 5 days, let's see what's gonna be the result. Okay. Hi, welcome again to Maestro MSD channel. Okay, so we're at day 7 of my urine therapy, and I just want to go ahead and show you some results of what's going on. And I need to explain that when I started, I was doing that fasting, with the therapy, and I broke the fast after starting 6 days into it, and I'm no longer fasting like that, but I'm drinking my distilled water. By the way, this is a 24-ounce container, and right now, when I started, I was doing 3 per day, which was about a half a gallon. Now I'm up to 6 and 5 per day. So yeah, I've increased that intake, and the urine therapy part of the procedure, I am still consuming per day about 10 ounces of urine. And yes, I've learned how to, get most of the odor and the color of it by the more I increase my distilled water intake and decrease food such as cooked food and food that is not organic for my body, the urine color move closer to clear, and also odor lessens drastically. So yeah, I'm doing, that's what I'm doing. And also I'm also doing the food intake that I'm intaking is sweet stuff like cheesecake. That's a no-no. But I noticed when I started doing a cheesecake too, my body weight, it starts recovering and starts going back towards normal, or towards the 117 marker. Because I was down after the 6 days of fasting. I was down from 118 pounds to I think it was 113, something like that. And it has gone back. The last time I checked, which was about 4 or 5 days ago, it was back up to 116 and a half pounds. So, and I still see body mass increasing. And it's amazing because I'm not eating food like I normally do, and meat. I might eat meat, maybe, which is fish, and a piece of crab, snow crab, about a week ago. And a week before that, I had twice, average size container of lasagna, which that also has meat in it, and it's pasta. So yeah, I just start, like yesterday, consuming some fruits. I'm trying to stay away from stuff like banana, and what I consume is mango, 1 per day, or maybe 1.5. Some cashew nuts. I add the cheese, which that's a no-no. The Ritz crackers, and I also consume a plum, which the plum I'm talking about looks like and it looks like this. I don't know if you could see that clearly. And I'm not crazy about most of the fruits that's available to me for ingestion, because I'm under the understanding that most of them is they're hybrided food. They're food that generically altered, like some of those food like grapefruits that has no seed in them, and so forth. So yeah, and I would love to go back to a couple more days of fasting, and especially 6 days or 7. 1 second. Okay, so let's move on to viewing the evidence of my condition, why I decided to go ahead and start administering this urine therapy and the fasting and the whole, everything with what I'm doing. Okay, so let's start with my right arm. This is what my right arm is now looking at like. Don't know if you could see it. Most of the red spots and the bumps and stuff is losing their visibility. This is my biopsy, and you know, it's like it started drying up, going from ashy to, you know, my skin is smoothing out. And yes, when I do, part of the urine therapy is to go ahead and rub it on to my skin all over my body from head to toe, and let it sit, and then keep rubbing until it dries out, and then I apply it again, and I try to do this for about 10 to 20 minutes, and then rinse with slightly warm water, and then dry off, and then lubricate my body from head to toe with the virgin olive oil. And yeah, the itching and all that madness, you know, cease even for a while. And this is, yeah, my left arm, and this is what it's looking like. Don't know if you could see that clearly. And yeah, that's my inside of my bicep, and back part of my tricep. Doesn't look clear to me, but I hope it's clear enough that you could see. And lots of the itching is gone. Okay, now for my leg. And this is my right leg, and I still got a lot of spots in there, but they're, you know, dark brown spots. You know, don't know if you could see that clearly. It's not hashy like it used to be. And that's the back portion of my leg, my thigh, and that's that part. And this is the left side, and right here is the biopsy. Yeah, and that's the back portion. And like my hand, up here is not itching like down below. Okay. And still on the left side, this is what below my knee, going down, what my calf, my foot looks like, my ankle. This is some of the this area here, some of the worst part, and here worse. Don't know if you could see that worst part. Okay, and I had some of my instep too, but it's like cleared up so much, and I don't know if you could see it. I had a right here on my big toe, I had a what do they call it, a nail fungus. And after using the urine therapy, I noticed all the fungus, like it just came out from under the nail, and my toenail is free. And the worst one of the problem was this toe, this big toe, and it was right here in this big toe, real bad. And since it came out, I put the nail clipper in there, and I went ahead and I clipped half of the nail off. I could still stick my finger up there, but there's no more of that stuff up in there, that white stuff, that white powder looking stuff, just from urine. So I would suggest, if you got a nail fungus, put some urine in the bucket, okay, enough to get your foot in there, and if it's not submerged, you could wash it around, keep soaking it, and that fungus will just drain right out and you're good to go. So, okay, this is my right foot, my right foot, and this is what it's looking like. And yes, this area was the bad area of the condition, and 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 this area too was the bad area. It was worse than other places on my foot. And yeah, from my ankle up was the worst place on my body for the condition. Yeah, so it's mostly dried up and doing pretty good. And a lot of the itching, you know, I try to soak, especially my leg, from the ankle all the way up to my groin area for at least 50 minutes of soaking. I just keep saturating it and washing it down in the urine. And then just, you know, rub it in until it dries. And if it dries in 10 minutes, I put some more and I keep, you know, that application for about 50 minutes, half an hour, something like that. And then after it's completely dry, then I just go ahead, don't rinse, I just leave it on overnight, go to sleep, wake up the next day. And then I start all over with the regular, you know, urine therapy. And so that's where I'm at. Yeah, and as per, like I said, the rest of my body, I'm busy. I'm treating my hair. You know, I got a bald spot working here and here. My hairline used to be here. So I'm treating all that and seeing if it will allow my hair to grow back. I also noticed that it is growing back over here. And that's another reason why I got my hair just growing out, and you know, and my beard. I decided I was gonna cut anything, and it's been like, what is it now? Going on 3 weeks, no hair cutting. Well, come, what is it? Tomorrow, it's gonna be Wednesday. I'll be cutting all my beard and go back to my usual haircut. You know, at least for a week, for a while. See, you know, how we move from there. And basically that's about it. I used to have, you know, warts on here, and I had some white spots that was on my skin on my leg. I forgot what to show that. But what happened is that ever since I started with this urine therapy, they're not white like the wall white, cloud white. They're not white like that anymore. Now they started turning slightly brown. And so that too, I'm watching to see what's going to be, you know, the full result of that. Apparently what I'm doing, the doctors and other people that testify about, you know, urine therapy, you know, which they're saying that it will turn your gray hair back to black, you know, even your, you know, your teeth that has adult teeth that has falling out, or you remove, you know, that it's gonna grow new tooth in the space. I don't know, but I would think that for those things to really happen, you have to really be on that fast for long periods at a time. Not that it's impossible, it's very possible. I mean, I find it to be very possible, you know, and you have to experience it to understand. It's kind of like, you know, I could explain it to you, you know, but the thing is that if you do it right, you won't feel weak, weary, headaches, and, you know, hunger and all that. Those things doesn't exist if you do it the right way. But if you're doing it, you know, half Annie, then you're gonna get that result. So I do believe that if you are on a long fasting, and after the week of getting your body so purified and clean on the inside that yes, the urine is going to become crystal clear, and it's going to be like odorless and colorless, and also you will have that urine sweet, slightly sweet taste and smell, kind of like coconut oil, they said. I've yet to get to that point, and trust me, I'm working on it, and I strongly believe I will. And that aspect of the whole thing will kick in after about some 9-10 days of truly fasting, really getting into it and, you know, holding it down. For some people, and for other people it depends on, you know, your body chemistry and how much damage that has to be repaired and so on and so forth. But yes, so another what, 5-7 days from now we'll continue some more and you know, record this experience that I'm experiencing, and I hope that this video will be of some help to you. And with that all saying, have a nice day.